Welcome back to Alice. We are back in the crappy side of the dollhouse. Long ominous stairs. Wow. Oh, memory.
My father would wish that you'd hold your tears, girls. He lived a long life, and as the poet says, like a clock worn out with eating time, the wheels of weary life at last stood still.
The wheels of weary life stood still? Is this the train? Train looks like a Gothic church. Creepy dolls with big heads. Doll production, I guess. I wish you didn't have to be locked in order to bring the umbrella out. I feel like these are gonna endlessly spawn. A memory. Over there.
I'm no toy. He wanted me to do things I didn't want to do.
Yeah. The more and more you learn about Dr. Bumby, you learn he's not a great guy. Clearly he didn't want Alice's sister to tell about something he did. This is kind of like why I think a lot of this chapter especially is like kind of mutated innocence of like, or like tainted, I guess, in the way that they have all these dolls that are like, that's what the sound is, okay? Is a like doll is usually a child, like, you know, the toy, and that they play with, and it's how they see themselves represented in the toy, and all the dolls are like grotesque and oh god, this is so creepy looking.
Am I not the most wretched and selfish of fortune's fools? Oblivious, I live in a training ground for prostitutes. My mentor is an abuser and purveyor. I've been complicit with my sister's murderer and the killer of my family as he corrupted my mind. I sought relief from my pain and you turned me away from the truth.
You are almost there, almost free from what you fear. You could have been cured. You could have forgotten.
Abandon the memory of my family.
They are dead, and you should be
You
too.
misbegotten abomination. Murderer, you blood-sucking parasite. The damage you've done to children. The abuse.
I provide a service. In the great and awful metropolis, appetites of all sorts must be gratified.
My family. My mind. The infernal train.
The train is your invention, your defense. I merely set its schedule and itinerary. The train is coming with its shiny cars, with comfy seats, wheels of stars. So hush, my little ones, have no fear. The man in the moon is the engineer.
I'll stop that train if it's the last thing I do.
As you wish, it will be.
And he runs the orphanage.
You're lost, and where your body is, your mind will follow. Perhaps it's already there.
Better not be a baby head rolling scene. Oh, phew. I'm glad it's ghost children instead of that. 8. Machine-made corsets. Reality has fractured, poor Alice. Yeah, the home for wayward youth, Dr. Bumby. What a perfect place for him to be just the 6 he wants to be. 2. 11. 9. 2. Why are we wearing numbers? 8. 8. Dr. Bumby.
You oozing sore of depravity. Children wearing their names around their necks as if they're breeding livestock.
A declaration of their pedigree. You could use one. They're proud to display their provenance.
You brute! They can't remember who they are or where they're from. How many minds have you twisted into forgetfulness?
Not enough. Yours would have been a triumph. Still, you're an insane wreck. My work is done.
You're gonna have to kill him, Alice. Ooh. The original dress. Infernal train. There we go. Hi, Hatter.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it.
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was all search, freighted with fear and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined. Now we're all mad here, and that's a good excuse for going to hell in a teapot, but not for forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that.
Oh,
Come to
the
receive your punishment, then.
caterpillar. He's a moth.
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. And you're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harmed pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
Was it that he was giving the children to horrible people? Like selling them to him? That's why the numbers?
You corrupted my memories,
the flash
but you
hurt my
failed
eyes.
to make me forget.
I could have made you into a tasty bit. Clients out the door waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad, like your sister.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted in the end.
My Lizzie, what is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
They can't blame herself. She was just a little girl at the time.
Hide in your shadow.
Is this what it meant by hands? The whole way?
The past must be paid for.
Oh.
Could you kill a fly?
Yeah. Stop locking to those guys. I don't care about them. blocking on them. Alice.
The cost of forgetting is high.
Why are you always out?
Make-believe Avenger.
He's a puppet master? Let go, let go, let go, let go.
Absurd futurist.
Okay, okay, okay. Ah! Ah. Yes, I want to continue. I'd like her to stop blocking in on things.
Make-believe Avenger.
At least it didn't start me at the beginning. But, like, it kept blocking onto the other guys. Which warps my ability to see.
Frightened of your shadow.
These assholes. What the hell? I was not near him at all when he grabbed me.
Absurd futurist.
Why do you suck? Never have anything. For being fully upgraded, still sucks. Unlock, please. Get that. How are you supposed to avoid that when he teleports to you? I was not near him at all when he grabbed me. Makes no fucking sense. The other weapon I guess he has, this one sucks. Why did she turn around just then? I got him behind these because apparently he can't grab me. Only way he can't grab me is if I'm behind one of these. Any other time he teleports right to me.
Effectual twit.
Ah! See, I teleported into his hand.
Absurd beauty. At least.
Oh, I was nowhere near him. Oh. I've done it? Okay. My rabbit.
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
Push him in front of the train. Push him in front of the train. That's pretty. Is Wonderland and reality combined? I'm not going in here?
Alice, we can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient, remembering it agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering, and our Wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory for now.
Oh, that's the end? Wow, I didn't know I was so close to the end. Wow. Well, the game... I really liked a lot of the visuals of the game. Like, the different areas had a lot of cool things, a lot of, like, things that you had to actually look around to notice. The story is a little muddled in some parts of what's happening, obviously because she's switching back and forth from Wonderland to reality, which kind of adds to the fact that she's mad that she's forgotten a lot of stuff, that she doesn't know what's going on. And obviously in the beginning you thought Dr. Bumby was the good guy because he was trying to help you, but it was always kind of weird that he wanted you to forget, because usually it's not forget, it's like work through, move on, accept, not forget it. But I wondered where a lot of the other adults seem to be coming from. Obviously he wanted her to forget because he had murdered her family and had done all these horrible things that she had seen. But where the doctor was coming from, where he took her rabbit and was kind of like sent her to the asylum, and what was the other one? The pigeon lady was trying to help her, and then Madame something. So it's kind of like who knew about what was going on and was also trying to cover it up, and who had no idea. This is just concept art. I'm not sure how I didn't manage to unlock any in Chapter 2, but... Oh, past matters. The Kate of Honoris Q. Wilson, M.D., Rutledge's Island. On November 5th, 1863, Alice Little was severely burned in the fire that destroyed her family's home in Oxford. Took the lives of her family and her older sister. Oh, because she was her older sister. I thought she was younger, but she would be younger now that Alice is older. I think she didn't age. Well, the girl's skin gradually healed during a year of hospitalization. The trauma caused by her family's horrific demise deepened. The orphan's condition swung from comatose to uncontrollably hysterical and back to the course of given hour. Learned medical options deemed her a danger to herself, and an indefinite term of institutional confinement was ordered. At her preliminary examination at Rutledge on November 11th, 1864, Alice presented as deaf, dumb, and blind to stimulation. She seemed in the brutal expression of practice in training for the coffin. Only her age saved her from immediate assignment to the notorious Bedlam catacombs. Despite insensible passivity, premature quietness, and eventually dementia, of course treatment was prescribed. During the first 6 months of 1865, she was subjected to all best cometary remedies without result. Cold plaster sutures, bloodletting were ineffective, and unproductive applications of her experimental shock apparatus useless. Likewise, massive doses of Landum, and despite toss restraints, including a straitjacket, solitary confinement, sensory deprivation, and confiscation of her toy rabbit, and cancellation of the afternoon tea, we tried and failed completely. So, parts of reality kind of leaked into her Wonderland. It's like they had afternoon tea, her rabbit being taken away, so she was always chasing the rabbit. And like the two Tweedledum, Tweedledee, they were both the nephews of them. She did not resist treatment in any way, react to it. She simply ignored it. She shut down completely and shut out the world. Shortly after diagnosed demented, was confirmed, she fell into a comatose state. Despite her mental firmitude, she appeared physically fit. Staff remained hopeful, not to say optimistic. She would regain her balance. Her bodily functions were reasonable to attend to, but there was a pitiful few signs to recovery. Then in autumn 1873, after 8 years of full sleep, Alice spoke by drawing. Her first picture was an alarming cat. So she was 8 years in the asylum. But only bouts of anger, unconsensual screaming, and hysterical sobbing followed this dubious opening of communication. She became intermittently convulsive and had to be sedated frequently. From time to time, various medicine preparations and chemical potions were forcibly administered to little effect. She required more than verbal encouragement to eat. Something that did look like progress occurred in November that year. While her inarticulate muttering and screaming continued, she responded, if not inappropriately, at least comprehensively to her surrounding. And grossly insulted by wayward Orleys, the inimitable nephews, Alice, without warning, scared off one of the twins with her furious attack. He handled her spoon like a knife, and made the other bleed like a stuck pig, and then she turned to the make-a-wish weapon of her own wrist. Fortunately, staff prevented her from doing terrible physical damage to herself, but she regressed to her previous state. Days of silence, sometimes sketching phonetical scenes and characters, spouting senseless poetry, and inconventional raving, panic trances, and untold shouts and groans. Suddenly, the spring of this year, there was a change. She began to speak. Civil, then vulgar. Decorative, then cryptic speech, in and out of her chaotic, violent, deranged, and terrifying dream world. The periods of lucidity grew longer. She became confidential. She shared some of her sadness, her grief over the loss of her family and herself, but most often she droned on and on with material visions. These delusions had no reality, of course, but the conversation makes a connection with the world. This is significant development. Potent but often disconnected and to me meaningless talk about Wonderland, tea parties, and various forest boojums, jack bombs, snarks, demon dice, and the dastardly Red Queen was nothing less discouraging. Their moods ran from gamut from the despotic gloom to vicious anger to confident calm. This is a positive prospect. In the emergent normal, Alice is cured. Alice is not to be. Throughout the summer and into the autumn, she seemed to vacillate between reality and fantasy. By October, my own health failing, I recognized I had done everything I was capable of doing to her. After a decade of treating, having addressed her psychic condition with a full array of our age therapies, she had emerged from her catatonia, but we didn't know why. I once thought the drug regimen had been effective. How I variously doubted the reunification of her childhood toy. Turns out that rabbit was a stand-in for the original, which disappeared years ago. Something I said, she did nothing at my command, instructive, entreaty, or request. To the extent she was cured, she believed she cured herself. As she appeared more and less stable, through the plague by hallucinations and that frustrated more than frightened her, I succumbed to the superintendent's injuries, as further cured seemed doubtful. Further confinement was deemed a waste of everyone's time. Lacking family and friends, but possessed a small inheritance, she left the Rutledge in November depressed, but committed to struggle for her sanity. Nurse Witless found her a situation with Dr. Bumby, and Alice was released into his care. As the Houndston Home for Refugee Wayward Youth in East End, I wish them both well. New Game Plus? I don't know what that means. Peaks notes, bottles collected, weapons found, overload completion. So I missed 10. Okay, I'm ending this series here. Thanks everybody for watching. I really like this game. If you want to play it for yourself, you can find it on Steam. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Come now, Alice. It's only a dream.
It's not a dream, it's a memory. And it makes me sick. I'm in hell.
Forget it. Abandon that memory. It's unproductive. Go to Wonderland.
I can't. I'm trapped in my past.
Sergeant, this girl's badly burned. Call for a doctor.
She'll be all right.
There is no method in this madness. It must be obeyed, or it must be overthrown.
Worst is over, and over, and over. Forget it, Alice. Forget it. Ours purpose is simple and immutable. Human purpose is fickle, because it is a slave to
coming
memory.
with shiny cars, with comfy seats, wheels of stars. So hush, my little ones, have no fear. The man in the moon is the engineer.
Pleasantness, remote in time and space, has only as much power as vivid memory offers.
Oh, poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
Lizzie hated locked rooms. Their plan was to kill us all.
Almost there. Almost free from what you fear. You could have been cured. You could have forgotten.
They call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. You're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harmed pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
You're lost. And where your body is, your mind will follow.